Okay, I have the complete 7-volume set of Rising Up and Rising Down by William T. Vollmann, published by McSweeney's in 2003 in an edition of 3,500 copies. I have pretty good pictures. Check out the pictures, and this video should help put the pictures and the text together and give you a good overview of the condition of the set. I have all 7 volumes at near fine. I put the slipcase at very good. I'm going to start with the slipcase here. Okay, slipcase, left panel, slight corner bump at bottom front. This slight corner bump here. Slight shelf wear at the bottom where the paper pastes down at the edge. Paper folds down and it pastes down here, and at this edge there's just a little bit of wear where this paper pastes down. Inside the box, near fine. Whose idea it was to line the box with black paper, I don't know. But black paper, the black rubs a bit, which is not so good for white volumes. The right panel. On the right panel, there is a repaired 5-inch split at the bottom seam running front toward the back. It has been conserved. The paper can be seen to have split, but is fully stabilized. The case is as tight as when it was new. It's a good, tight case. Too tight, really. Shelfware, a bit of rubbing near the bottom of the panel at the center. So the rubbing is the easiest to see here. It shows a little bit on the webcam. There's a little bit of rub right here. The split is from the front corner to about here. It's a good repair. Solid, more solid than when it was new. You can see where the paper split, but it's fully stabilized. The average person looking at this is not going to see it, but the average person spending towards $1,000 is going to want to know about it. The top panel, there is a minor corner bump at the back right. You can see we've lost the point here. It's a little corner bump here. A 2 1/4 inch wrinkle. You can see the wrinkle here. Wrinkle in the paper at the back right. It looks like a production flaw to me. I don't see how this wrinkle got there any other way. There's a tiny bit of wrinkle here. The bottom panel. Slight corner bumps at the back corners. A little bit of corner bump here. A little bit corner bump here. Paper is amazingly good on the bottom. It really is. Almost no shelf wear on the bottom, which this usually has the most wear. The back panel. Minor shelf wear, rubbing to paper on the back panel. And you can see we have some rub here and some rub here. It is visible. The barcode, the original barcode sticker, is still present. The paper has been conserved. There's one sheet of paper goes right over the back panel. It's not folded over any of the edges. There's one sheet of paper on the back panel. It has been conserved. It has been re-glued. And the glue bond on the back panel fails on about 100% of these. If you find a set and the back paper is perfect, It's probably been repaired. Uh, no, there were no tears or creases between the time the glue bond broke and the conservation. So we don't have a torn paper, we don't have missing paper, we don't have bad creases in it, which is what usually happens to these. The paper starts to break the bond, and it inevitably gets torn. The repair is well done, not perfect, well done. I can see that it's been done. So there are a couple of very minor bubbles here. There's a tiny bubble here. We've got just a couple of bubbles. There's just a little bit of evidence where this has been glued back on. There's just a little bit of evidence that it's been conserved, but very little. It was very well done. And that is all of my notes on the slipcase. As slipcases go, this is pretty darn nice. I put it, what did I say, very good? Yeah, very good. Very good and very far above average for slipcases on this set. Now the volumes. Put all volumes near fine. The gold letter stamping is unrubbed on the front covers and the spines on all volumes. Minimum push or pull at the heads and tails of the spines. The pictures I took, the pictures that don't show the brown cloth quite to a true color, it's browner than the pictures look. The webcam seems to be showing it pretty well. The text blotches on these are generally snow white. No edge dings, no corner bumps. There's just a little bit of black at the four corners, bottom and top, more so to the bottom. From the black paper in the case, the four corners pick up a little of that black. There's a little bit on this one, just a very touch of black. And the tiniest bit of dusting on the top. The bigger the volume, the more that you see this. And so that's pretty much everything on all the volumes. Volume 1, a very slight touch of black. The bottom of the four-edge corner. And there are a couple of very, webcam's not going to show this, and the pictures probably aren't going to show it either. There's just a couple of dots here of brown. I have no idea what it might have been from, but it's not snow white. It's just a couple of dots of brown. Brown discoloration. Not worth mentioning in my opinion, but there you go. And for, like I say, for around $1,000, you should know everything there is to know. And that's all there is. That's all there is to know on Volume 1. McSweeney's colophone on the back cover. Volume 2. Slight touch of black at top and bottom four edge corners, more so to the bottom. This is a large volume. The bigger volumes, the more likely it is to pick up a touch of the black from the case. Very, very slight here, very slight, and just a tiny dusting right here. You gotta be pretty persnickety to make a point of that, but there you go. Volume 2. Beautiful cloth. Volume 3. Very slight touch of black at top and bottom of 4 edge corners, more so to the bottom. This is a large volume. Same as before. Very little push or pull at the head and tail. The gold is unrubbed. The cloth is just beautiful. Tiny dusting of black right there, and a teeny tiny bit right here. I know you can't see it on video, and you're probably not going to see it in the pictures. It's barely there, but it's endemic to this set. I've seen a number of these. I've handled a number of these sets. So, volume 4. There's a bit of glue at the bottom of the front cover at the 4 edge, about an 1/8 inch by 3/4 inch. And I wonder if it's always been there. It's kind of clear, very subtle. It looks like a finger's kind of accidentally, a finger with a touch of glue has just accidentally caught it. And I wonder if it's been there from day one. I have chosen to leave it alone. A professional conservator probably has something in their bag of tricks for this. But this cloth is so beautiful. I would not mess around with this little bitty thing here. You can just see the spotting in the webcam. Let's just see a couple spots there. I have no idea what it is. I want to say glue. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Anyway, just a couple of spots. I would not fool with it. Just looking for trouble, in my opinion. And it's such a minor thing. It's a thinner volume, so there is no trace of the black here. Volume 5. That is a bigger volume. Volume 5. I can't see anything to mention except a touch of black top and bottom of 4 edge corners, more so to the bottom. This is a large volume. The faintest dusting here. I shouldn't even be mentioning it because it just scared the hell out of people. But people that know this set will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just a tiny bit here. Again, the cloth is just beautiful. Paper quarter binding. Pages are all bright, white, crisp, clean. Volume 6, another big one. There's a very slight snag, for lack of a better word, on the back cover, near the bottom, between the 4 edge and the colophon. It's just a little nub of cloth, of thread. I thought about snipping it, I don't know how many times, but that tiny little splotch on the front cover of the other volume, it's best to leave it alone. Stay out of it. Right? Where the heck is it? Volume 6, right? Oh, volume 5. It was volume 5. I'm sorry. That nub's at volume 5. I'll have to change my notes there. Right there, that tiny little dot you see? Tiny little dot is just a nub of the threads in the cloth here. Yeah, you probably can't even see it. Anyway, it's a tiny little nub of thread. Again, almost no push-pull at the head, tail. Just a tiny bit of black rub there. So volume 5 has the nub. I'll change that in my notes. Volume 6, there's really nothing to say about volume 6 except it's heavy. And the 7th volume does not have the brown cloth. The 7th volume is all black paper. My notes on this: there's a bit of rubbing on the front cover below sources cited, the last line of text. About 2 inches wide and a 1/4 inch tall. Really not visible except in the right light, right here. Right here, right below sources cited. There's a bit of rub here. But if you put it in a glancing light, you can see that it's there. Nothing else has anything like this. I don't know where it came from. There's just a bit of rub there. On the spine, yeah, you can see it. There's a touch of bend right below here and running down on diagonal. There's just a touch of bend in the paper. The spine is not broken or cracked. The paper's not damaged in any way. It's probably just the way it always was. Let's see. So that is all 7 volumes. So I put them all near fine. That's 17.5 minutes. I don't know what else to tell you. You've got the pictures, you've got the text, you've got the videos. You can ask me questions. It's a great set. If it doesn't sell, like all things, I'll be happy to keep it. That's it.